the new wealth, like we call it. And today we're here about silver and gold. Let's dive in because a lot of people always said to me, well, it's crypto wise women, right? We are in crypto, but the silver and gold thing. Now, for me, it's always been very clear because silver and gold is such another way of generating wealth, right? And generating wealth that you can also have for a long time. But Danielle, you've been doing this for a pretty long time, comparatively speaking. Can you elaborate a little bit about why are Well, hey guys, we're back with our seminar all around wealth and wealth flow for women, the new wealth, like we call it. And today we're here about silver and gold. So I'm so honored to have my favorite people actually in silver gold. Danielle, who is a phenomenal leader in 7K, and one of the companies that we're going to talk about in terms of silver gold, and Melissa, who is absolutely rocking it in 7K as well. So both of you ladies, welcome, guys. So good to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So let's dive in because a lot of people always said to me, well, it's crypto wise women, right? We are in crypto, but the silver and gold thing. Now, for me, it's always been very clear because silver and gold is such another way of generating wealth, right? And generating wealth that you can also have for a long time. But Danielle, you've been doing this for a pretty long time, comparatively speaking. Can you elaborate a little bit about why our ladies should be interested in silver and gold? What's the big deal about it? Would love to hear your ideas.
Sure. Yeah. So long time. Yeah. 2 years. I'm coming up on my 2-year mark, but it does feel like a long time. I mean, I'll just start by saying, my background actually is I was in education. I have a master's in special education. I have an undergrad in elementary education. And I'm blown away the more I've learned in the last 2 years that we were never taught in school about gold and silver. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer once you understand it. And I know, we're in a crypto group. And the good news is, I know that everybody who does buy crypto knows diversification is key. And gold and silver is just a way to diversify your portfolio and insure. That's what you learn. You learn about insuring and that there's a defensive approach, right? To protect your hard-earned money, your hard-earned assets. And then there's actually an offensive approach in gold and silver as well. So within gold and silver, you can actually diversify. But once you learn that banks and governments are actually the largest holders of gold and silver, it really makes you ask, well, okay, if they're holding it, why aren't they telling us to hold it? That was the big clue for us. And then from there, we just kind of dove in. One of my favorite things, and I don't think it's just because I'm a teacher, but of course, because I'm a teacher, one of my favorite parts of the membership is there is an education platform. Mm-hmm. So you can come in not knowing anything about gold and silver, which is kind of what we did. All we knew is that we needed it, but we didn't know how to move forward from that. And I always say 7K is kind of like a concierge approach to gold and silver. They hold our hand through the process and teach you all the ways to diversify. And it's been life-changing for us. We've never saved more in our lives than we have in the last 2 years. So proud of that.
Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. So show us a little bit about what's possible, right? Somebody's coming in saying, I just want to get some silver and gold. What can they do with 7K? And then moving beyond that, even towards some of the other things I know what you're doing with the coins is pretty successful. So just give us a little bit of a clue here. I'd love to hear.
Yeah. I mean, we initially, when we got our membership, we were just looking to invest in bullion, which is the raw, you can hold it in your hand, silver eagles, bars, generic rounds. That's what we wanted. And because we didn't know that there was actually another way to invest. And so what we loved, what really stood out for us is the Sound Money wallet. We're a digital wallet. So again, talking to the crypto folks, a digital wallet where you can buy physical gold and silver. So everything you buy digitally is backed physically. You can either have it stored or they'll send it to you. So that's what we call the Sound Money wallet. Soon to have a debit card attached to it. Only company in the world that's going to be doing that. So you can go to the grocery store, gas station, using your Sound Money wallet assets, whether you keep it in cash, silver, or gold. That is amazing. That alone, right, is amazing. But what 7K really does is they have this way of introducing us to collectibles, which you learn that the collectible space was historically kind of like the, only certain people were allowed in the club. You had to be of a certain wealth. You had to know the right people to even have access to exclusive coins. 7K is creating a whole new world of coin collectors. They are seriously, absolutely disrupting the space. And I'm not just saying that. This is being said by coin experts around the world. Everybody's taking notice. And so we have become enthusiastic coin collectors. And I can actually show you the beauty of the coins that we have acquired, some of the coins we've acquired so far. So this, for example, this is actually the Pearl Harbor 5-ounce commemorative coin. It is absolutely gorgeous. There is word that this is going to be nominated for Coin of the Year. There's actually a piece of the decking of the USS Arizona right there. Mm. So this is one of our prized possessions. It's absolutely beautiful. The reason why coins and how you get, you learn, right? There's education here, but you learn that you want coins that are rare, low mintage, meaning there aren't a lot of them, and that have a story behind them. So a lot of these coins that 7K rolls out, they strike an emotional chord with all of us individually. And what I love might not be what Melissa loves, and it might not be what you love, AnnMarie, but there's something for all of us. This one is called Silver Burst. And I got this because of it, just there was a significance for me and a special meaning. And this is this is a 3-ounce collectible coin. And all of these are very low mintage. That means there's only so many made. That one, I'm not even sure. I could look it up. It might be like a 333 mintage. That means no, by law, legally, they cannot make any more than 333. So that's all there will ever be in the world. This is one of my favorites as well. This is the Black Panther. This is covered in black obsidian. It's a silver coin, 5-ounce, gorgeous, 888 minted in the world of these. We love that one. Here's another really cool one. This is the Milky Way.
Oh, I love that one. Now, what do you do with those? I'm curious. So do you keep them? Do you sell them? What do you, because I think they're gorgeous. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous.
So, I mean, you can sell. I see our collectibles, and this is what you learn. You learn that your bullion is your defense and your collectibles are your offense. So while we're waiting for per ounce of silver to go up, because it's very manipulated and it does kind of this, we're actually up 8% today on silver. I don't know if you ladies notice that, but while I see that, I'm like, no, I want it to stay lower longer, because that means that's, that much more we can get, that many more ounces. But while we're waiting for that to go up, our collectibles, what we've learned is this is your offensive approach. Mm-hmm. So 7K makes being a collector very easy. They actually introduced another platform, and I would love to show it to you if I can.
Absolutely.
Stack and Sell. And Stack and Sell, again, is the only platform like it in the world that allows us to go in and to register our coins. So this gets mailed to me, right? FedEx shows up, and every time FedEx comes, it's like Christmas. It's so fun to get these coins. I, again, never imagined I'd be a coin collecting enthusiast. But anyway, they're beautiful. It's art. It's beautiful collectible art. So we get it, and then they all have like a serial number. You can see right there. And what you do is once you get it, you actually come into your Stack and Sell, which this is a member benefit. You get yourself registered, you get your account. If I had just gotten that coin, I would click right here where it says add item. And I have choices, but I would scan my graded coin. I click on that and a bar shows up. I hold my coin in front, and the coin instantly is uploaded into my stack and sell account. And you can actually see here, this is our stack. We have a lot. Like I said, we've gotten really good at saving. You know, I always say sometimes like, oh man, we just spent so much money. And then I realized I'm not spending money when I buy these, I'm saving money. But it kind of gets your shopping fix. But rather than my bank account being backwards, I'm actually adding to my assets. So we scan all of our coins in. Now, here's the other really cool thing. So let's just say, again, when we first started, we didn't have stack and sell. Once you scan it, let's just say you do want to sell it, and you can sell these anytime you want because there's a marketplace. Now, obviously you want to be wise, right? Just like in the crypto world where you want to buy at a lower price and only sell when it's gone up. So I'm going to show you, one of the things I love 7K does is they do a disciplined auto savings every month. We all know, or we're taught in financial literacy, that we want to pay ourselves first, right? Most people don't pay themselves first, but if you can learn that young and really hold on to that, that really sets apart people's bank accounts, their wealth. So 7K makes it super easy for us. And they do a disciplined auto savings where we pay ourselves first every single month in the form of a collectible asset. And they have what are called, there's 4 different auto savers, and we actually get all 4. But if somebody were to ask, which we recommend, we recommend the Animal State series. This is one that just came in. This is the Utah Rocky Mountain Elk. Okay, this is actually my son's. I have to scan it in for him. So yes, I'm teaching my kids to pay themselves first in the auto savers. But let me just show you the first one we ever got, which, by the way, we had to be convinced to do this, was the Montana butterfly right here. We paid $139 for it because that's how much the Animal State series is in silver. If you look at the market value today, it's actually high. I was just on a call telling somebody it's actually $13.20. That market value is actually based on what somebody within this platform bought that coin for. That's not speculation. It's the true market value. So our equity is already up, tenfold, right? Almost tenfold. We have gone up in what we've invested. So happy that Kathy convinced us to do this. We're not selling it. This is part of a state series, and you learn this. This is why it's so brilliant. This is a 50-state series. That is one of the first 2 coins. They are sold out. The only way somebody can buy this coin now is if they bought it through secondary market, which is the members who already own it. So I'm going to hold on to this because when this set is complete, my expectation, can't guarantee anything, nothing's guaranteed, but my expectation is this coin's going to go up even more. So we're holding on to it because we're going for complete sets. But let's just say I want to sell it. Let me show you how easy this is. I click on list for sale. It shows me that there are 2 others selling right now. If I wanted to be the first coin listed, I would just, let's say, do $13.87. And mine would be the first one to show up, probably the first one to sell because it's the lowest. And that's it. Stack and Sell as a company would notify me. I'm anonymous. The buyer is anonymous. We don't know each other. We don't know our names. Stack and Sell as a company will authenticate that this coin that I'm sending in is really the Montana butterfly. It's never been touched or tampered with. So you don't have to worry about fraud, which is a huge, it's a huge problem in the silver and gold space right now. So it protects us as consumers, as the buyer, the seller. It's your appraisal, right? So if I can see my entire appraisal of every coin I've bought. If I wanted to go to the bank and I wanted a loan, and they want to see my assets, I can bring in that list. These are the best assets to have. So
I love it.
I could talk forever about this, but I'm going to stop because I know Melissa has a lot to share too.
Well, okay. So that I don't switch and go back to, I just want to tell you, Stack and Sell, I've done 3 times where I've purchased coins. So, and then I have, of course, have my inventory on there, and I'm strategic on what I do, just how it is. And The very first coin was a strategic coin, and I am up 78% on that coin.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So very exciting. And and it's not a fluke. I picked it on purpose, and I expected to go to the moon anyway. But so I wanted to add that. And so I've done it 3 different times, and there's a watch list. And so, I mean, I can answer questions. I like helping people. So I love using it, and I have to be really careful. I get little notifications on when prices are changing. And that's how I strategically got another coin that is for a family member in the future. They don't know that I got it for them. It's going to be a future gift. But anyway.
You do a lot of purchasing in Stack and Sell as well.
Yeah. And so, and it's great. I can run my list. You see my equity. And then the other thing, that I wanted to touch point on is, okay, on the Sound Money wallet is one of my favorite things. And I've been doing that since I figured it out in the beginning. And I'm also strategic on that as well. And I am 10.6% up in my silver, which doesn't sound like very much, but in regards to if that was in the bank, you would get like 0.0001 of some percent, it's like crazy, nothing. Right. So yeah. And so I'm strategic, and I want to share with people that there's no minimum purchase. It is insured. Okay. And it is vaulted. I don't take title to it. I don't care to have title to it, but you can buy in small increments. And so if you have a plan, a savings plan, and you can put it down and build it into the budget, but there's a strategy on buying it, and I buy in the dips, and I chart it and everything else. And I do that with gold as well. So that's how I actually calculated it. So that's where I knew where I was at on my equity because silver went up already today. Well, gold has already gone up over $30 an ounce today. Now that doesn't necessarily stay there, but anyway, so it's quite fun.
Can I just add, congratulations, by the way, that's awesome. But you mentioned it was vaulted, and they do vault it. However, there are some people who want to hold, and they just want people to realize that if you do want it sent to you, they will send it to you. But
they will send it to you.
We keep a majority of ours in the vault because we just feel much safer having it in the vault. So I just wanted to let people know.
Yeah. So it's just really easy to do. It works really, really well. So I like that, and it's nice to see it growing that way. And then see what the market is going to take advantage of it. I'm not like silver's going up. I'm like, ooh, it's good because I have the equity, but I want to keep adding to it. And then the other things I want to add to on the membership that people think maybe this is just a precious metals company, which it isn't, is they have a precious metal IRA, backed IRA. They also have medical insurance programs. So I'm going to talk about those two just briefly. So on the IRA, I have not done it myself, but I helped one of our other members through the process as far as answering questions, giving her resources, telling her things like, okay, ask this question, because I have a tax background too. So I know you can't take title to your IRA. It'll trigger tax consequences. You need to have a custodian. So there's different things so we worked together. It was great. She'd chat with me. She'd find out information, and we'd share. And then I talked to her about checking into bullion versus coins, and then look at the cost of things when you go to take your distributions later. So not just looking at now, but looking at later, and then the depositories and fees, which is normal with depositories. Okay. So that whole process went great, and she's very happy. She's very satisfied. And to top it off, icing on the cake is she is all done with it, which is really good. But she also got the metals on the lower end, and they're already up.
Nice.
Which is your goal, right? So because I was charting, I'm like, get this done now. I'm charting what's going on. I'm sharing her with my information on what I'm doing. So that's on that. And then on the medical, I've researched it and shared information with other people on that. They have family plans, obviously, individual plans and family plans that are very competitive. And it's like the largest PPO insurance in the nation, which I had no clue until I started listening to stuff. And then they have eye insurance separate. They have dental insurance. They have a 24-hour emergency care insurance, which some people are like, well, what the heck is that? It's a 24-hour virtual emergency insurance. So you need to get hold of someone because you can't get in or whatever. you can have that insurance. And then they also have pet insurance, and it's unlimited number of pets. And I think it's either 39 or 49 bucks for, it doesn't matter how many pets you have. Well, even if it was 49, because I'm not sure which of the price, that's 600 bucks a month. I mean, a year. You go one visit for your pet, you're like past that. So even if you wanted it for the pet insurance, and that is another benefit of being a member. So this membership has all these facets to it. You know, if you're not into coins, you might not be in the beginning, but after you do a coin drop, you will be. And I've always been into coins, like from family stuff. So not the same as these coins, but coins nonetheless. It's always been something. And I'm a numbers gal. So, you know, between all of that, you know, the membership has a lot of different benefits. So some things may appeal to you more than others, but protecting your assets and having another way to have your money, what I call off-grid. The Sound Money Wallet is off-grid type access. And I think that's a really important thing to be able to have, you know. So
I love it.
Those are, I'm looking at, I have made a few notes on here. And some people say, well, okay, what about this company? Like, how good is it or whatever? You know, the normal, like, it's fine to be skeptic. That's good. Do your research. And I always encourage everyone to do your own research. Maybe not as deep as what I keep digging, but, you know, do it. And they're rated A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Based on my reading, they look like the second largest company in the industry. Now they have all these other facets to them. So I can't, you know, I didn't break it apart to look at that kind of stuff. And like Danielle said, the educational part of it, of the company is huge. The resources to help you to learn, to be able to do things, let alone us within our group, you know, and Danielle as a resource and other people to help us. And whether you choose to want to do the business part of it for additional income, or you want to just grow your wealth and your legacy through the medals and use the other benefits of the membership, either way, it's a win.
I love it. I love it. Thanks, Melissa, for adding all that. I mean, I love your experience, and you've only been doing it for a couple of months, so it's
since like July. Yeah.
So
yeah. And so I you know,
you've done
in the beginning when I did my first like Sound Money Wallet Gold, I didn't know anything about like watching the prices, but I learned that after through another part of our group, and so that's why I have my charts open all the time. I'm like, okay, come on, go down, buy $50 or whatever.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm curious with all of that. And by the way, if you're listening, coming on, please put your questions down in right down below, right in the comments. And we'd also love to know if you have any silver or gold already, or if you've ever heard of either things like Sound Money Wallet or silver, gold, or fiat money. When I started, I had no clue even about any of that. So we need to wrap up because of time. We want to keep you guys for only like at the max 20-25 minutes. I think we're hitting that because we're so
I could talk a lot more.
Oh yeah, and we can. And we encourage you to actually reach out to me or to Melissa or Danielle and Mark have a phenomenal call every Wednesday night. So we'll also put all those links down below so you can join us for that too. Because we'd love to educate, right? It's one thing of Crypto Wise Women is we want to educate about all these alternative sources. I want to kind of finish up with both of you, kind of in one or two sentences. If you would say why somebody should come on, right? At this point in time, why should they actually get into the membership of 7K and start really working with silver and gold? I would love to hear both of your, Melissa, you want to go first and then we'll finish with Danielle about why should people do that?
Well, one of the things is diversification. I mean, a lot of people put their money in the banks. They might have some stocks. Hopefully they can have some real property. And you know, so it's diversification and it's you know, like offensive and defensive. So going both of those because you're thinking longer term too, and legacy. I mean, some of my stuff I plan on legacy. I have grandkids. Skip the kids. No, I'm just kidding. I have grandkids. And the community is great too, and the opportunity for adding to your income. I mean, the income aspect of this is can be quite fruitful.
Love it. I love it. And congratulations, Melissa, on your phenomenal choices of coins. We have to talk to you more often because Danielle and Mark also have a really keen eye for that, I think. So awesome. Thank you, Melissa. Now, Danielle, what's why should people do this? Why should women do this? I think we've already talked about it, but I'd love to kind of summarize that and maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get, spiritual. I think it's, we're reclaiming what was always meant for us. Gold and silver has been here since the creation of earth. It is God's money. It was intended for us, and it has actually been kept from us. So it's time to reclaim what is ours. It is freedom. And as Melissa said, if you feel like you want to bless others, then you'll be rewarded, and your commission, your reward is in gold and silver if you choose it to be. So I really do see it as the most empowering strategy and move that we've ever made for ourselves. And, in turn, we feel like we're on a mission to let other people know that this is an option. It's not too late, but now is the time.
Now, one thing to add to that, Danielle, that I didn't say, and I want to quantify it, but then I don't want people to hold me to it. Gold and silver, especially silver, is supposed to go phenomenal. And a lot of that has to do with the change in our financial systems that will be happening. And I'll leave it at that.
Experts are saying that.
We're talking phenomenal increase.
And we have a really fun video, which we're going to put down below as well to show you if you already had invested in silver and gold 20 years ago, what it would be worth now, which was something that totally rattled my mind. And I won't say it, I will put it down below so you can see it. But it's amazing. It's amazing what can be done versus with fiat money and everything else. So, well, thank you, ladies. This was a phenomenal talk here together. I encourage everyone, just put yes down below if you want to have more information. Just get into it, right? Just learn about this. It's just another way of increasing your wealth in a whole new system that some of you may not be familiar with. I certainly wasn't familiar with it until Danielle, of course, introduced me to it together with some other people. And it's been an amazing journey for me. It's in terms of increase in wealth, increase in my knowledge, increase in these beautiful coins that I have as well for my legacy. So thank you so much. And again, just come on Wednesday and contact with us. Okay, ladies, thank you again so much. And we'll see you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All righty. Bye.